Hello, welcome to The Sacred Journey. The Sacred Journey is the program that reminds you that life is a wonderful adventure and each and every experience we have is a unique and perfect opportunity for learning. I'm Joyce St. Germaine and this program is called How Did We Get So Mean? I have avoided approaching this topic because it's pretty political in nature. And I've tried for 25 years that I've been hosting and producing this show, I have tried to not get political. I don't consider myself a very politically active person. I don't get that involved, but things have changed. Our society has changed and not for the better. And I'm not right now talking just about who's in office and who is not, but what has happened to us as a society and as a nation is that we've become this collective energy of mean-spiritedness and ugliness. There, I've said it, I've put it on the table. And I'm saying we, I'm part of the fabric of the United States. You watching this are likely part of the fabric of the United States, meaning you probably live here and you are involved to some extent on what happens here, or you're affected by what happens here. I had taped a show for the 2016 elections the same day as the election, or the night before, I think it was a Monday night, and I decided not to air that show. I still have it. I didn't air it. And what I did was I looked at the two presidential candidates and I looked at the markings, size, shape, prints of the hands, placement of the fingers. I literally did a palm reading to see what the natural tendencies were for each of the candidates. I opted not to air it because I guess I didn't want anyone to think I was insulting a particular candidate, even though there were markings and placement and shapes that really showed a predisposition towards some of the things we're witnessing now in the candidate who won. This isn't a very delicate topic. I will try to approach it a little bit delicately. Donald Trump's hands showed a person who was narcissistic, that cared more about being in the limelight than he did about helping other people. I'm not going to get into exactly why. Maybe someday I will do a full palm reading show and show you a little bit more about that. That's not what I'm going to be presenting today. What happened as a result of that, the election, is people have gotten ugly toward each other. Now, I'm going on record as saying what I'm sharing is my opinion based on my research, as much as I can, my being well informed, and me being me, okay? We all have to be true to ourselves, okay? We can't change that. I would never expect or ask anyone to. But let's back up a little bit. I have very dear friends that voted for Hillary Clinton. I have very dear friends that voted for Donald Trump. I have dear friends that voted for other candidates, Bernie Sanders. Perhaps I have friends that voted for someone else. I'm not sure about that. I am almost 65 years old. I have been voting since I was 18. I have never seen results of any election evoke this collective energy, this anger, this hatred, this mean-spiritedness, ever. There have been times that my candidate has won, or the candidate I supported. There have been times that they haven't. Every single election I was able to say, well, if the majority of the people are happy, that's a good thing. And that was kind of an assumption that based on either the electoral vote or whatever vote, that the majority of the people were happy based on how our system runs. And I said, okay, I didn't get my candidate in, but that's fine. If we have a country of citizens who are happy, that's always a good thing. And I really believe that. It didn't matter if it was Democrat, Republican, who got into office. I felt as if I could support what was going on. I didn't always like decisions that were made. Who does? We all need to decide what's the most important thing for us. What's the most important issue? I have friends that said, I voted for Donald Trump because jobs are really important to me, and right now I think we're failing in that. And I said, fine. Just do your research, make sure that the facts that you are armed with are accurate, or the knowledge or the information. I have another friend who said, I have been without health care. I voted for Donald Trump because he promised that we would have affordable health care. In repealing Obamacare, he would replace it. I certainly respect that and can say, that's really important to you. You should vote for the candidate that you believe can provide what's really important to you. That hasn't worked out, and this friend now says that he regrets having supported Donald Trump. But he had every right to believe that the issue that was important to him was actually going to be addressed in the way that Donald Trump said it would, in the way that he promised. My most important issue, this is personal, but my most important issue is the environment. Taking care of and being caretakers for the earth, the animals, climate and climate change, the elements, everything. That is my most important issue. So knowing that, it's my responsibility to do my research, find out how the candidates stand on that. I did. That's why I chose the candidate that I did. It wasn't Donald Trump. But if it seemed as if the majority of the people wanted Donald Trump, the only comfort I had in the election results was to say, if the majority of the people are happy, that is going to create a collective energy of confidence, of happiness, of joy, of well-being, even though it wasn't my choice. And I'll be honest, I'm going on the record here as saying I didn't have a lot of faith in Donald Trump. I was trying to place faith in the people that surrounded him, the people that voted him in, the people that supported him. And it would be a whole nother show to get into. Did he really get elected? Was there meddling? Was there tampering? What happened? I can only believe what information is out there, okay? And I don't think I would have the right to declare that my feeling on that is accurate or based on accurate information. I don't know that anyone has accurate information. So I am not trying to spread rumors, I'm not trying to do anything, but I'm trying to point out that since that election, and even though I'm a retired art teacher in the public schools, I have done long-term subbing. I've developed relationships and been in the classroom again, and children are saying, how can a person who says really mean things and disrespectful things be our president? How can you answer that? I have no words. I still don't have any words. But that did not need to trigger what it has triggered in people. For instance, in the news now, and I'm not sure when you're viewing this, but we're filming it in later October, there are politicians, Democrats and Republicans, going to dinner and getting verbally attacked, getting insulted, being sworn at, being harassed. That's not okay. That's not okay on any level. How did it get like this? Fear. Anger is just an aspect of fear. It's believed that there are two emotions, love and fear. Anything else, resentment, that's fear. Anger, that's fear. Anything, hatred, fear. Okay, anything that is not love is based in fear. And if we look at what some of the issues are that are creating this divide and triggering people's rage, fear. Unfortunately, I believe our president promotes, I can't be delicate about this, I think he promotes bigotry. I think he promotes degradation of women, white elitism. The facts now are things that have been recorded, things that have been videotaped, things that he has tweeted, things that he has written, things that he has been taped saying knowingly and unknowingly, knowing that he was taped, I mean. So I cannot understand why enough human beings in our country, and I'm just starting with our country, believe and trust his words and his actions enough to support them by acting in a like manner. When you look at videotapes of Donald Trump saying that the media are the enemy, they're fake, they're the enemy, they're disgusting, and now you see reporters getting attacked, getting body slammed, which he praised a candidate for, and perhaps the murder of the Washington Post reporter, maybe at the hands of the Saudi Arabians. I think, unfortunately, that's only one little incident, and I think that's going to multiply. When you have the leader of the free world saying, the free press, the media, they are the enemy, what he's saying is, whoever you are, you have my permission to attack the media physically and verbally, and it's okay because they are bad. You don't have to be a psychologist to realize what's happening here. If you can lead people who have put this faith and confidence in you, perhaps without being well informed, or sadly, maybe, Mr. Trump, you are the one triggering in them some undesirable human characteristics that perhaps someone else could have brought out their more positive, kinder, sensitive, caring, compassionate characteristics. I was hoping that might happen. I really thought that given the chance, you might be able to put your best foot forward. I thought and hoped and expected the people surrounding you in Congress and Senate, advisors, people who are good and kind people, I thought would have a positive effect on you. Instead, the opposite has happened. So these are words for Donald Trump. He'll never hear them, I understand that. But these are words for both supporters of Donald Trump, people who do not support him, people who are concerned about the path he's taking our country in, people who want to make a difference, all people. We are all affected by Donald Trump. We are all affected by the mean-spiritedness that he has triggered by telling people, these are bad people here, the media, bad people. They deserve to be, and now this is my interpretation, to be punished. Don't trust them. Don't respect them. So he's saying, hey, I'm your president. I'm giving you permission to abuse, to threaten, to harm journalists. So now, besides that, we have Republicans and Democrats threatening each other. Not just the politicians. Now, I'm talking people that declare their affiliation, attacking politicians that go out with their families or that go to rallies or meetings or whatever. Not okay. That's Donald Trump mentality. Not okay. Oh, you don't fight fire with fire. I've heard that you've got to fight fire with fire. No, you don't fight fire with fire. You get the word fight out of it. Now, if you've ever watched my show, and especially if you've been with me since the beginning, you might know that I strongly believe in energy. We are all made of energy, and my shamanic practices have convinced me we are all created in this beautiful, connected way. We are all connected to all things, not just to other humans. What happens to one happens to all. So if instead of anger, and believe me, I have felt anger coming up at my frustration at how can our world be like this? How can this man have any say over what we all feel and want and believe? He can't. But yet on some level he does. Again, not okay. But instead of allowing him to trigger fear in me, which can come out in the form of anger or resentment or whatever, I am trying really hard, because it's not easy. I am trying to have him trigger in me the belief that loving kindness and compassion makes a difference. Just like anger can make a difference, just like rage can make a difference, just like fear can make a difference by being contagious. Loving kindness can make a difference. Now, that said, I'm not all Pollyanna-ish about this. Our votes matter. Your vote matters. Everyone's vote matters. But you have the really deep and strong responsibility to do your research. Find out about your candidates. Find out about the issues that are important to you. There was a candidate for local office that came by my house, and I happened to be free, and I just felt like I would like to sit and chat with him. And I told him what the most important issue to me was, and he had a very thoughtful answer that later proved to be true. It was something that I could check out. That's my candidate that I will support. I'm not saying what party he's with, that does not matter. I won't even say who he is, because I don't think it would be fair to influence you just based on my personal experience and what's important to me. But I took the time to sit and chat with him, and then I took the time to find out if the answer he gave me was accurate. I'm just using the word accurate here. I'm not even saying true, because true means the opposite of that is false. Does that mean someone told a lie? That's a serious character flaw for a politician in my book. So I didn't want to go there. I just wanted to find out if the information was accurate. It absolutely was. And this man was comfortable and willing to sit and talk with me, answer all my questions, and I had a lot. Education's important to me, the environment's important to me, women's rights are important to me, those people and beings that are vulnerable, they are important to me. He answered every question. Now, I'm not saying everybody's going to get to talk one-on-one with a politician. You're probably not. But take the time to write. Take the time to go to a forum. Go to a debate. Watch them on TV. We are grossly underinformed. Do not think you're going to get informed by reading Facebook posts. That kind of prompted me to do this show, How Did We Get So Mean? There are a few people that I know really well, that I trust, that I respect deeply. When I read their posts, I know them personally, so I know the amount of research that went into them writing this post. I know them. They don't fly off the handle. They don't make false statements. They don't spread rumors. They make sure that they are giving accurate information. So I personally trust them. Find someone that you personally trust. There were a few news anchors, there were a few interviewers on TV, there were a few channels that I trust, that they've done their research. That's my benchmark for how I'll gather information. We know that on Facebook there are people that are not real people, that are spreading lies. That's been proven. I'm not making that up. You can do the research on that, that they were, what do they call them, bots, so that they weren't even humans. They were just generating these false bits of information to get people riled up. Go back through history. Find out about oppressors and dictators and some of the tactics they used, attacking the free press, telling falsehoods or lies, but doing it with such power and authority that people would believe it. Now that word power, Donald Trump thinks he's a powerful man. He is not. He is a forceful man. There's a difference between power and force. Power is rooted in truth. It's rooted in what's right. It's this internal essence that is pure and authentic and good. Forcefulness is very, very different. I've gotten to the point where I have to stay off of Facebook once in a while because it's like I am bombarded with stuff. But once in a while I will see something and I'll look at the source. Now, there are other places that you can go. It's not coming to mind right now. I want to say Snopes, to find out if that was a true story or not. And if I'm giving you the wrong information, I hope you will look it up, because as you can tell, I have no notes. I'm just going off the top of my head and from my heart. I'm trying to be as authentic as possible. I'm trying to be as honest and real as possible. I think it is not okay to have someone in our office, the highest office, insulting people for their ethnicity, for their gender, accusing victims of sexual abuse as being liars and making fun of them. Not okay. Not okay. Not okay. Under any circumstances, for any reason, that is not okay. Please do your research. With the upcoming midterm elections and beyond, find out what is true. Find out what is accurate. Ask people that you trust and you know. Don't believe something because you hear it. Don't even believe it because I'm saying it. All I'm encouraging you to do, look within yourself. If you know it to be wrong, to insult, hurt, or threaten people, to belittle people, there's your answer right there about what candidates are right or not right for you. Now the other side is going, oh, impeach and do this and do that. That's just fear and anger also. Vote. It's what our democracy is built on. It's what it's based upon, and even that is being threatened right now with votes of certain ethnicities and certain backgrounds being held aside and being told that these people are being told that they can't vote. Again, that's not how we run a democracy. Please become better informed. See how things make you feel. Don't just say, I can't listen to it anymore. When people go, oh, I'm not very political, everyone around you who affects you, your family, your future, your well-being, they are political. If you don't become better informed, whatever decisions they make, they'll be affecting you in every way. You, your children, your grandchildren, they'll be affecting your health, they'll be affecting your well-being, they'll be affecting your environment. If you got anything out of this show, it's do not sit back and do nothing. If you are a Trump supporter, that's perfectly okay. Just do not support his behavior. If you support his business sense, if you support his ability to make money, whatever it is that you support in him, don't overlook the rest of it. If you say he's turning our economy around, you might be right. I keep seeing markers that show maybe that is true. I think there are more factors, but don't overlook the mean-spiritedness in him or in the party around him. Sorry to have such a deep topic tonight that isn't all fun and not pleasant. But the good news is what you can do. Keep yourself nourished physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. And spiritually, you've heard me say many times, fill with light. Make sure all the molecules, all the cells, all those little spaces between are filled with light. And then the color of unconditional love is pink. Imagine a beam of pink light coming from you, going out to where it's needed the most, going out to whom it's needed by the most. So you can do a little bit more. Thanks for joining us on the sacred journey. We'll catch you next time.